everyone, Jeri Bellini here. Welcome back to the tiny house. Today is just going to be a real quick video on thread storage and organization. So if you watch my visual diaries, you will have seen that I had buckets of thread that look like this, and I used these pearl cotton balls, and it was just a mess, and it was making me totally crazy. Now, I don't mind. I like working with things like in a pile, but the thread was getting quite unruly, and honestly, I thought I had to come up with another solution. Not to mention, it was taking up too much room when I was stitching. Everything was spread out all around me. In either buckets or in those boxes that you have the little cards, folded on. So I have like 4 of those boxes, and it got to be overwhelming because I've been doing a lot of embroidery stitching on crazy quilt squares and whatnot, and I've been using a variety of threads and colors. So it was just not working for me. And so I thought, what can I do? So I did a little research. I put out an SOS. I asked you guys, you gave me some great suggestions of what to do with these balls of thread, putting little things on them, little like mesh things, little hair bands, paper clips, medical tape, Hugo's Amazing Tape. There's like a lot of things, but ultimately I'm a lazy stitcher. So when I work, I just want to cut my thread and move on. And I will never go back and reapply a piece of plastic or hairband or anything on here. Even those little cards with the slits in them, I never put the thread back in the slit. So anyway, I did a little research what to do with when you have skeins of pearl cotton, and I decided to wrap all my pearl cotton off the ball into these hanks. And so real quickly, well, not real quickly, because you know me, I'm never real quick. You take a piece of core board or a piece of sturdy cardboard, the length, that half the length of what you want each piece of your thread to be. So I think the recommended thread length is like 16 to 18 inches. So you would take a piece of thing for 9 inches. I didn't look into all that before I did mine. Mine is too long. It's 20 inches, but actually that gives me, when I pull one of these out, it gives me 2 pieces of string. And I only mention that because if you're going to do this, you might want to think ahead. So the rule of thumb with stitching, let me get this out of here. The rule of thumb with stitching is to cut a piece of thread from your hand to your elbow. So whatever you want to do is fine. But I did want to show you what I did because I felt it was very inspiring. And yeah, when I'm working with this and I can see all these beautiful colors and the sizes and whatnot out, it just inspires me to create. And that's how I work. So I ran off a skein. I wrapped it around this thing, okay? Then I just tied it up at the top, and I did keep the label that was in the pearl cotton thing, and so I just tied it at the top, and then I braided it. So that's kind of the difference here, is not just leaving it, in a loose thing that can get all tangled. So then I braided it, but you have to braid it loosely, and then I tied a little bit of carpet thread down there at the bottom. And then what I would like to do, but I'm at the beach and I have these little rings at home. So right now I'm using shower curtain rings, but I have these small keychain rings at home that I'm going to use on the ends of these. And then I'll either tie all the rings together like this, or I'll use a shower curtain ring. And when you braid it loosely, okay? I did say that. And then when you want, I'm going to sacrifice one of these threads for you. So when you want to use a thread, you just grab it and pull it out like that. It comes out really easily, and there it is. Okay? And there you go. You're still beautiful, and you can still be hooked onto whatever you're hooked onto. I love it. I'm very happy. I was stitching last night. It is wonderful. And it's very portable too, because it's just this big thing instead of, okay, instead of, having 15 boxes around you. I did want to mention, whatever, and this is going to sound maybe a little silly, but whatever you put through each one of these, and I would recommend you put something through there and not just put them all on one ring like that. Don't use the same thing to hold them all together then after the fact, because what happens is when you put them down, you can't find the place to pick them back up. That's why I have this piece of cloth here, because I can easily just find it to pick it up. It's just a little sidebar there. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I put my thread, and I have it gathered by size. So it's by size. So these are size 8s. I have size 5s. I have size 12s. And so it's just beautiful. You can hang them up and look at them, and they're gorgeous and whatever. I do have some on cards. I'm going to uncard them and make them into hanks. And that's it. All right. I hope you enjoyed seeing my beautiful thread. I love it. Ugh, I just love it. Yeah. And maybe I inspired you to do something with yours. By the way, it took me 2 minutes to skein off or hank up one ball of pearl cotton. 2 minutes. I timed myself. All right, guys, have a great day, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye for now.